welcome back to Let's Play Telltale Game of Thrones Episode 1. This is the part 2 of the Let's Play series. So now continuing on where we left off.
I couldn't find him. Could you?
Now we see that we're controlling Ethan right now. Lord Ethan to be exact. Since Roderick
he hides too well. And if
has
smart,
already
he would
passed
reveal
away
himself.
after he
don't
got
like
killed
this
during the
game
Red
anymore.
Wedding, and also
Maybe
Lord
something happened
Forcer
to him.
died
Ethan's
during the
fine.
massacre. Now
He's just forgotten this is a
the
game.
heir is passed on to Lord Ethan.
I'm
now.
here. It's okay.
Even though he looks young, only around 12 years old, something like that.
Don't worry. It's just a game, Ryan.
Stupid game. I don't like it.
He was worried you were gone.
I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here. And I promise, I'm not going anywhere.
I wish Mira was here. And Asher. And Roderick.
I do too. But Mira's in King's Landing and...
Can't she come home? I don't want her to die too.
Ryan, she's perfectly safe, I promise you.
Ryan reminds me of
I
the
don't want Garrett
youngest
to die either.
son of
Maester old
Ned
Tengrin
Stark.
said he got sent to the wall.
What was his name again?
I'll miss Garrett.
Rickon.
He was nice.
Yeah, that
I
one.
don't know what he did to get sent away like that.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, I think they're the same age, I
Garrett is
guess.
smart.
No one will tell me what Garrett did, but it must have been serious. I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge.
Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
And he calls you a milksop.
Sir Royland forgets himself.
I don't care what he says. I can protect you.
What does milksop mean?
I don't know. But I know it's not good.
Ethan, you should let Sir Royland teach you how to wield a sword. Like a man. He taught Roderick and Asher, and he even showed me how to fight. Properly, I mean.
A lord should know how to fight.
Do you remember when we were younger? When we all used to play here? You, me, Roderick, Asher. We'd all be out here for hours.
Where was I?
You weren't born yet.
We had so much fun. But then, then everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the Lord in training, and he never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything. Promise me you won't be like that. Please, just be you. I like you the way you are. I know a lord has many responsibilities.
Well, I think the only logical response
have to
would be,
change.
I may
I'd rather
have to
my
change.
brother than a lord.
I'll have to have both.
Because
I'm afraid.
logically, if you're being a lord of the house, it
But
can't
since you're
ever
the
be
new
fun
lord,
in games.
you can do
You have to be
anything you want.
serious,
I suppose.
especially with politics and everything.
Everyone will have to do as you say. So I could have all the sweets I want.
If only it were that simple. It would be nice if someone did what I wanted for once. But Ethan will be a good lord. A proper lord.
That's not how it works.
Well, that's how it should work. You are the lord.
Lord Ethan, you're needed in the Great Hall at once. Quickly, on your feet.
What's the matter?
Lord Whitetail has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
Can't he meet with Duncan? He is the Castellan.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
It's your decision. You are the lord.
Again,
I would-
another
I would command
easy
Ethan to stay
decision.
with his family.
Fine.
Obviously,
That's
I
what's
picked,
required of me.
Very well then.
just straight meet him face to face, lord to lord.
They showed up unannounced. Lord Whitehill is in a lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here?
Business with Garrett. I told him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garrett is a squire to this house. Or was, I suppose.
Was. It makes no difference.
So as you can see right now,
Whitehills were
that
clearly in the wrong,
whatever
so don't give him any
decisions that I
satisfaction.
chose
How
earlier,
dare you were decisive
now
and
that I have to
firm.
face the
Now do it
consequences
again
of
with
Garrett's
these
action,
bastards.
because
Let's not do
Garrett
something
killed
rash.
the
What should I
Whitehall
say to
soldier
him?
earlier.
Tell him and his men to
Since he
leave.
killed that Whitehall soldier,
Now is not
of
the
course
time
Lord
to
Whitehall's
anger Lord Whitehill
gonna
any more than he already
seek
is. He's got
his
5 times as many men, and the backing of
quote
House
unquote
Bolton.
justice.
All the more reason to stand up for ourselves. Only cowards and dead men roll over.
That's why since Whitehill already got the backing of House Bolton, they felt that they can do whatever they want. And also forced to get no allies whatsoever.
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father
Not to this
and
point,
brother.
though.
The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house, but to his family it's still a loss.
I imagine
Thank
Ethan
you,
would be
Lord
pissed
Whitehill.
off, but I'm trying to be a bit polite by thanking him.
My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself. I've been waiting for this day all my life. The Forresters finally get their due.
How dare you?
I dare, and I'll do as I damn well please. And no bread and salt! What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You bloody amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much.
This is a really
Bloody
hard scene to
Forresters.
watch.
Does
So
little Lord
basically
Forrester
Ethan
know how
just,
to
you know,
speak?
being
You Forresters
humiliated
have
by
shit on us for
this guy.
generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have you back, are they? We're the power in the north now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries, you cunt.
Lord Ethan.
That's enough, Lord Whitehill.
I'm not finished. Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You squandered your share.
Our share was taken from us. We had no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Hear that? Attacked for no reason.
No reason. You murdered his family.
Then you admit it was your man who killed my men. And a pig farmer at that. How do you answer for your squire, Lord Ethan? He acted in your name.
Again, in the world of Game of Thrones,
you are
nothing
the
is ever really
Lord
fair.
of this
Even
house.
though
We
that
lost people too, Lord Whitehill.
the Whitehill
Your men
people are in the
murdered his
wrong,
entire family.
I
You
mean,
lost pig
logically,
farmers, not soldiers.
they killed
Soldiers
Garrett's
were the order of
parents,
their
and Garrett's
type.
pissed off,
Where's
and
the
I
fucking
chose to
coward who killed
kill the
my
soldier.
men? I know he's here.
Knife on
What
eye, I
have you
guess.
done with
And
him?
We haven't seen him.
this is, of
He was
course,
never here.
a world of Game of Thrones.
Liar. I will find him. By the
I mean,
gods,
like,
you
you
better
can't
hope I
be
do, because
nice
if I
all the
don't,
way.
I'm holding you responsible.
Sometimes you have to make
and you'll answer for what he's done.
really tough
I'm not
decisions,
leaving
like
until I have my justice.
killing the soldier
Now
earlier.
bring me the coward who did it, or you'll answer to Roose Bolton.
Because I think that's what
What kind
Garrett
of
would
fucking
do.
house is this?
A house of honorable men.
And I guess even if Garrett didn't kill
Lady Forrester.
the soldier
Bellow
earlier,
like a wounded boar,
this
Lord
scene would
Whitehill.
play
Have you
out
forgotten your manners?
much
I
similar
mean, no disrespect to you,
than
my
I
lady,
expected, I reckon.
considering your losses and all.
They would still be
But
pissed
this-
off.
This is not over.
It's over when my son says
Because
it
the
is.
first soldier that
This
Garrett killed,
is over, Lord
it's
Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord
the
of
story
Ironrath now.
chose
By
that
rights, his word
decision
is law
itself.
here. If
I
that
didn't
displeases
didn't
you, then I
pick
trust you
to
can find
kill
the
the
door.
first soldier. I only get to choose the second soldier
lad
that I killed.
may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own. That the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
So in other words, this is actually the first scene where
You're a
we get to see the main
craven, Lord
antagonist, I
Whitehill.
guess, which is Whitehill, and they're the main rival, the rival of House Forster.
I was
And
wrong
according
about your son,
to
my lady.
the
He
lore,
stood up to him like a true lord.
they've been,
You were brave, my
fighting
son,
for
but
centuries
you'll need to be
and
braver
really
still
not in
when
good
Ramsay
terms
Snow
for
arrives to see
centuries.
you bend the knee. Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once. Your sister can help us. Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
So now we're playing as Mira, the first daughter, I guess. Is it? Yeah, the first daughter of the Forster family.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange
First daughter
place,
and the third child. Yeah, I think so.
Ethan made
Yeah,
this for me.
the third child.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Elena. Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can. Wonders Made by Man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick.
I like the
hope to see them all
aesthetic
someday.
design of the set, the background. Yeah, because it pretty much Telltale did a good job at
It troubles me to
designing
even
the set,
ask this of you,
the
but you
background,
must appeal to Lady Marjorie to
because
intervene on our
it
behalf.
perfectly
She is our best
resembles
hope,
the
and
TV
can be a
show,
powerful
the TV
ally.
show set.
Especially now when your family so
Costumes
desperately
and
needs our help.
the trinkets and all of those objects in the background, they all look exactly the same as it is in the show.
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
No, it's fine. Come in.
This is an easy decision. He seems like a harmless callboy, so I decided to just let him in, just do what he does. Let
Begging
him
your
do what
pardon,
he
lady,
usually
but
does.
You
I
alright?
guess.
If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
It's private. I'd rather not say.
Of course, milady.
Yeah, I think I
didn't mean
made
to
the right
pry.
decision by choosing that
Please hurry if
dialogue.
you can. Lady Marjorie
Because
will
that,
be here
I
in a
think,
minute.
what
Of course,
Mira
milady.
would say. Because he's uncomfortable at
You
telling
work for
his
Lady
problem to
Marjorie?
callboy, so it's best to
I may be wrong.
rather not say.
But it seems like you do.
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought.
And at
I've
this
seen you
point, I
with her
decided to
before.
be honest, just tell him
You
straightforward.
seem like good friends.
There's no harm
I
in
saw
telling
Lady
him.
Marjorie just this morning,
Yeah,
outside the Royal
honestly,
Sept,
I
talking
guess.
to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but
What did they say?
I couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House Forrester?
I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. but I thought you ought to know. Most people don't tend to notice a callboy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there.
He's got a point.
Good night, milady.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be
And
time
now
for us
we
to
have the
talk.
first appearance
Come,
of
there's something we
a
must
character
discuss.
from the show, which is Marjorie Tyrell. Right now at this point in the story, he's
From
about
the
to get
day
married
you
with
arrived in
Joffrey.
Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden.
I
A
think
dear
I
friend,
can
in fact.
remember that
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I
Joffrey and
feel about
Marjorie
what's
got
happened to your
married
family.
in episode 3 or
I feel
episode
your
4
pain
of
as if it were my own.
season 4.
What you've suffered
So
is beyond
if we
imagining.
were to
My family
stitch
wrote
this
me, my
with
lady.
I don't doubt they
stitch
must be overcome with
stitch
grief.
this and
But you must not
what's
despair.
going on
We
with
will get
in the
through this
TV
together.
show, so
You must
possibly
understand there
this
are limits
happens
to what I
right
can
now.
say, especially here
in
in King's
episode
Landing, now that I am to be queen.
10 of season
To have a
3
handmaiden from the
or
north whose family
episode 1 or
fought
episode
for
2
rock
of
star.
season 4.
It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the royal sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was
It's
very
no surprise
pleased
here
with
that
herself.
the crown doesn't really like
How did you
the
respond?
stocks.
I told her you are one of
I
my
mean the
most trusted
Lannisters.
handmaidens. That
So
you could
whenever
hardly be blamed for the
Cersei
actions
said
of your father
that
and brother.
she doesn't
Nonetheless,
really quite fond of anyone from the
She
north,
demands an audience.
and to be
She wants
exact,
an
the
apology of some
stocks.
sort for what I don't know.
So
but
it's not
she's
so
waiting for
surprised
us
that
now, and I promised I would bring
she
you to her. I
talked
wouldn't
bad
ask
about
this of you if it were not important.
Mira
I cannot
before she
afford
even
any
met her.
conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
What do I say?
Find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
And next up is
See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive
actually
us.
my favorite scene of this episode. And it actually captures the essence of what Game of Thrones is
You'll
really
be fine.
about.
I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Good luck.
You can do this.
So this is the first appearance of the royal sept in the game. The very room where Jaime Lannister killed Aerys Targaryen, the Mad King. And also the same room where
Lady Marjorie.
Ned Stark was
Aren't you looking
betrayed
lovely this evening?
by basically
Lord
everyone.
Tyrion.
Janos Slynt,
Your Grace?
Littlefinger, everyone.
With your
So this is pretty much an
allow me
iconic
to introduce Lady
set.
Mira of House Forrester.
I decided to just kneel before her for this one.
Your Grace.
Try to please her, I guess.
The girl knows her
Try to
courtesies.
kiss her ass a bit.
Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask
So
the
this
new Lord
scene right
Forrester.
here
He's not here.
is
is he?
Cersei's
She is.
effort
The
in
girl can
trying
speak for
to
her house.
push
Yes, Your Grace.
Mira
To the one true king.
to kiss her ass. And
The
I'm trying not to
one
give
true
in.
king. Yet she didn't say which. The girl is clever.
And of
She only
course
meant-
this
I don't
shows
care
how
what she
smart
meant.
Tyrion is.
I care what she said. I won't stand for impertinence from a girl of the North.
If you would give her the chance to
I mean, like,
explain...
Perhaps she
she's
can explain why the
Cersei.
Foresters have been loyal bannermen
She has
to
a
House
massive
Stark for
ego.
centuries. A house of traitors.
Which is why it makes her
They were
as
the Wardens of the North.
one of the most
We
memorable
all
and
served
important
at the
characters in the
pleasure of the
series.
Clever girl.
Perhaps too clever for her own good. And she would have us believe she didn't know which king she served. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
He is the Warden of the North, Your Grace.
So
He is.
try to avoid the
And
question.
I, the Queen Regent, and
I
Tyrion,
mean,
the
try
Master
to
of
avoid
Coin.
the answer, like a straight answer.
The girl has a remarkable talent for answering questions while in fact saying nothing at all.
And Tyrion got my point.
Old allegiances
Exactly.
are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Our talent is unrivaled, Your Grace. Forrester Ironwood is highly sought after in the Seven Kingdoms.
So I'm told. It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
I won't dishonor myself, Your Grace.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
Oh man.
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If there's a
And
point
Cersei
to this,
finally
I
got
hope you find it
got my
quickly.
point.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define.
Try not to be honest,
This city
but at the
alone
same
is
time,
filled
try
with all
not to kiss
sorts
her
of
ass.
ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
And this is a
I'm sure she
Let the girl answer the question. Go on.
this is a
My loyalties
tricky
would never
question.
conflict, Your Grace.
That's a coward's answer. I will
Again,
not have
I
my
decided to
time
avoid the
wasted by a
question.
northern girl who thinks she can play games. Who do you
And then the
choose?
game forces me to decide which one. And then I thought, why I need
I
to be
must choose
honest.
Marjorie, Your Grace.
Clearly your
I
handmaiden
mean, like, I
does
know
not
this is
have
a
her priorities
stupid
straight.
decision maybe for some people, but you know,
She
because
is a
this is a
threat
King's
to the House,
Landing, and
isn't she?
everyone
The most dangerous
are
handmaiden
liars.
in all of King's Landing.
But because Marjorie
quite
is,
sure
you
what
know,
to make
standing
of
right
her.
next to me, I have to
Not
be
surprising,
honest.
I suppose, for a northern girl,
Because,
but not very
you know,
encouraging either.
trying to show her that I'm loyal to her and everything.
I'd like a word with you if
because
I may.
like she's
Of course, Your Grace.
Mirror's only ally in King's Landing. If I ever piss her off or something like that, then I don't have anyone to rely on, I guess.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences.
What's cool
for
is
his
that
loss.
this is actually
These would be trying times for your family.
I
even
think
under
this
the
is
best
actually
of
Peter
circumstances.
Dinklage.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion.
Who's,
That's
you know,
very kind of you
voicing
to say.
Tyrion, his character himself.
You were brave to declare your
in
loyalty to
the
Lady
game.
Marjorie.
And
No doubt she would
every actors that have the characters in the
will
game
not soon forget what
voice
you said.
themselves in characters, which
it
I think is
was
pretty
quite
cool.
the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining. But it certainly wasn't what Cersei was expecting.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
As you should. And of course she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
What are you suggesting?
I have a
suppose the
feeling
crown
that if I ever
persuaded to secure
sided
ironwood
with
from House
Tyrion
Forest.
at one point in this game,
Lady
it would be
Marjorie
very
might not
bad
look favorably on such an alliance, and
for
it would
the
infuriate
Forster
Cersei.
family.
Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that?
Nope, I would
It may be far too
not willing
dangerous.
to risk that.
In fact, forget I even suggested such a
afraid I
thing.
can't.
I'm sorry, Lord Tyrion. But it's a risk I cannot afford.
I admire your discretion. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
Thank you for the advice, Lord Tyrion.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing.
It didn't go very well.
I'm sorry. Cersei is known for being rather difficult. But at least it's over now. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour, which I doubt is Dornish for wife.
He is quite handsome.
And quite passionate, from what I've heard. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well. Which is more than you can say for his mother.
Easy decision.
But not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well?
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was rather disappointed by your display, Mira. I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
People are not always so easy to please. If you showed Cersei your true heart, she would stab it with a fork.
You learn very quickly. Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important. I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you
I
can say
think
it in
what's
front of
cool
Sarah.
is that
There are no secrets
I believe
between
that
us.
whatever you do, I mean, like I mentioned this already in
about
part
my
1 of the
family.
series, is that like whatever you the kind of decision that you made as Mira, I think definitely it would
Go on.
affect the other characters'
Ask.
fate, I guess. It would affect Ethan, it would
Forgive
affect
me, my
Garrett,
lady. I
and
wouldn't
Garrett's
otherwise
decision
ask
could
this of you,
be
but
could
my
affect
mother
Mira,
insisted.
could affect
It's about my
Ethan,
family.
and so on and so forth. That's what's
Ramsay
cool,
Snow.
and that's what's
What would you have me
makes
do?
this game unique
My mother fears our
than
family
any
will
other
suffer if
Telltale
Ramsay
games.
is left to do as
Because
he
in
likes.
Walking Dead, you only
She thought if a raven could be sent to the Boltons
you only
to let
control
them
one
know
player,
House Forrester has the protection of the
and
crown.
whatever
I know
decision
it's a
that you
lot to
do
ask of
only
you,
affect the
and I wouldn't
NPC.
otherwise, but she
Whereas
insisted.
you're controlling one playable
That is
character,
no
and it will
small
affect
request,
the other playable
especially
character.
now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you
Since
otherwise.
I would
but my
imagine
mother has
that
left me
if
no
I did not
choice.
ask
She
for help,
insisted.
then
Joffrey knows only too well
there
your
would
family
be
fought with the
consequences
Starks. And now you
for
would have me ask
Ethan.
him to intervene.
Definitely, yeah.
Is the situation that dire?
You can't, my lady. King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa.
It is that dire, my lady. I fear for my family's safety.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find
At
out...
this point, I was a bit confused whether I made the decision or not, whether to let Sarah,
Don't let
the other
them bully
girl,
you.
stay
You have power
in
over
this very
him, Lady
room,
Marjorie,
or
as no one else
tell her
does.
to
Not even his
piss
mother.
off. But I don't think
Ramsay
it will
Snow
make
will arrive
much
at
a
Ironrath
difference,
within
I
the week.
guess.
I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.